Sure.
Go.
Hello, my name is Sawyer Garrett Biscamp, and today I'll be talking about the dangers of bite-sized content and its effects on our intelligence. So first we need to establish what is intellect. I have looked up two definitions of the internet. The first one says that the internet is the faculty of reasoning and understanding objectively, especially with regard to abstract or academic matters. Another definition said that the intellect is the understanding or mental powers of a particular person. So let's look at the cognitive functions that are affected through bite-sized content. So the excessive use of the internet through short-term content can decrease your ability to retain memories. A statistic was given that 1 in every 3 people choose to go back to the internet rather than recalling memories themselves. So that's how you can see how it's like retaining our ability to recall things, and it decreases our ability to retain things. It also affects our attention span through stuff like YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels and memes. It can also leave us with disorders like internet associative addiction disorder and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, phantom syndrome, and more. So I use these two pictures because they fit well with what I'm talking about. So the first one you can see is a drawing of a person, and then you can see the brain itself, and then you see a big old eraser slowly erasing everything. So we can look at the eraser as the short-term content that we watch. And it's like a parasite, like a leech. It feeds off you, and eventually it will take its fill. So, just keep going and going and going until we have nothing left. Another picture that I used from a friend is this one. So it's a picture of a goldfish jumping out of where our brain would be. So my friend enlightened me and said that this could be a good example of how our attention spans through the process of watching short-term content can lead to goldfish-like attention spans. What is the penance? What is the cost? So one cost is you are throwing away your memories. You can think of it as a smartphone. I'm like, oh hey John, selfie. So I want to recall them. I want to recall the memory over and over again because you're my friend. You're like my bud, my gangsta.
Oh my god.
And whenever you watch short-term content and stuff like that, you are basically pressing the delete button on the phone. You are deleting your memories. You are also submitting yourself for poor performance at school via your poor attention span. So whenever I'm talking about performance at school, I'm talking about grades. Grades matter, and whenever you watch short-term content, you are basically throwing away your future. Like, not necessarily your full future, but you are throwing away potential. Another penance is you are allowing yourself to be vulnerable to internet disorders. I have already addressed this. It's like IAD, ADHD, blah, blah, blah. You are also wasting your time. Like, you could be outside doing physical activities, playing basketball, that's my preference. Or you could read a action fiction book. Like, I wish I traded all my time that I played the same video game over and over again and watch the same series like The Flash from the CW studios, but I can't go and change that, but I can change the way I am now. And I've decided I want to start reading better, and also driver's ed's also got me into reading more. And speaking of reading, a penance of short-term content is diminishing your reading ability. So whenever you watch that stuff, your logistical reasoning and information processing slow down, and they may not decrease, but they will slow down. And then after slowing down, they might decrease if you keep on going the way you're at. So I have three quotes and references that I thought fit perfectly with what I'm talking about right now. The first one is from Thessalonians 5:6-8. So then let us not be like others who are asleep, but let us be awake and sober. For those who sleep, sleep at night, and those who get drunk at night. But since we belong to the day, let us be sober, putting on faith and love as breastplate, and hope of salvation as a helmet. So whenever this verse was written, it did pertain to drinking alcohol and like wine and whatnot, but I like to like reference it to internet addiction. Yeah. Another quote I looked up was from James Veach, and he said that the internet gave us access to everything, but it did give access. It gave everything access to us. So what that means is like whenever you accept the terms and conditions of, let's say Facebook, you are allowing other websites and media to advertise to you and take your personal information and allowing them to like spy off you. One last quote that I looked up was from Gelraj Khan, who said, "Internet addiction is a slow poison to intellect." It may be the shortest reference and quote, but it's also probably the most on point. Internet addiction is a slow poison to intellect. Now I like it because you can depict slow poison, so it's like not like an immediate response. It's like something that's building up until eventually the cause and the effect. Yeah, so whenever you use short-term content, these are all the things that affect cognitive functioning. You're like losing your time. So, any questions?
What would you think is a good solution to fixing short-term content?
Controlling yourself for sure, like managing what you do, setting boundaries, creating limits for yourself. Also, there's one other thing I want to establish. I'm not saying that all internet is bad for your intelligence, because the internet is actually a very helpful tool for people like us, students, college students, blah, blah, blah. It's very helpful to us, and it's a tool that we use we do use it every day. We do. We can't deny that. We do. But it's not that it's going to decrease our intelligence. That's only like short-term mind-numbing stuff. So I just want to establish that not all internet access is bad. Right. If there are no more questions, this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.